Alright, so we are back with more Reverse Rebirth. The door is right there, and I'm like, fuck it, let's fight. I believe that's the last door, the Key to Truth. If I remember correctly, we've already been through the Key of Guidance and Key of Beginnings, so... Yeah, because the first room we walked in was his old room that Maleficent gave him. The second one was the entrance hall where he fought Sora, and he yelled at the voice because he was like, "Where the fuck is everyone?" He said we were meeting people, and you're like, "Ah, well, you're a loner. In your memories, you're just alone." I just really want to hit this pot for health that I don't need. Really wish they had the Moogles back, but they don't. Okay, so I use a stagnant space, which means all of their cards go down to half, I think. I'm not sure if it rounds up or not, or if it just means half of this Heartless are spawning. Regardless, it's a boss fight, so it doesn't matter. I knew you would return, Riku. Go fuck yourself, Maleficent. I don't know why you sound like you have such a deep voice, but you do. Or why you... Okay, there you go. Maleficent, you're alive? Dude, memories, come on. You haven't been paying attention. I'm but a figment of your memory. Come on, yeah, I knew that. Of all the people I could run into, it had to be you. But of course, after all, your heart is steeped in darkness. You can only see those who exist in the same darkness. No! Be grateful that you have someone to keep you company. Your heart is empty. Were it not for the darkness it contains, you would be completely alone. That sounds pretty good right about now. Go fuck yourself, Maleficent. Come on now. You once turned to me to sate your hunger for darkness. You want me here, but who but I can grant the darkness for you? There was a time I did want you around. I surrendered my heart to the dark, but never again. You and your darkness can go fuck itself. All I did was lose myself, empty myself. I'm finished with all that. If I'm stuck seeing people like you, people of the dark, I'll take you out one by one. Then you mustn't forget to destroy yourself last. Ooh, damn. For, like me, you are one of the dark. That's fine with me. I turned to darkness because my heart was weak. I hate that weakness. It's like my own enemy. It's like that I'm my own enemy. And seeing people like you embrace the darkness just makes it worse because you are a scumbag. Enough talk. Let's fight. So you hate the darkness enough to fight it. Oh, the agony you must feel. Then let me end your pain, Riku. End it forever. With the wondrous power of darkness. So yeah, this is a sort of like a reoccurring thing. I feel like Riku's side of the story, instead of having his memory instead of like playing on the fact that Naminé tries to replace Kairi in Sora's mind, I feel like in Riku's story it's going to be a lot of just, oh, you are heartless, you've got no friends, nobody likes you, and all that. We got a gimmick card already. And this gimmick card's really weird. I didn't realize I moved the platform when I walk around, but you do, which is cool. So yeah, we are in a boss fight. This is the same one that we had with Sora, except this one we're playing with Riku, and I don't really notice too much of a difference, except with the deck. I was perfectly countered at the right time. Another gimmick card. As I said, Riku doesn't have any healing abilities until later. And even then, it's not exactly a very good healing ability. And I'll explain when we get there. Yeah, but there's nothing really too different with this boss fight, which is kind of sad. That they didn't, alter it a little. Instead of having Dragon Maleficent, why not have, legitimate Maleficent fight in the first game? Maybe, twist it around just a bit, so that it's a little different. Because Riku never fought Maleficent at all, at least to our understanding. So why would he know what the dragon form? Whatever. We're done. The boss fight is over. Speculations can be over. So we did level up. That's good. And we got Dragon of Maleficent. I think that gave us something else. Or just something else to Riku. And of course, attack points over health any day of the week. Hit harder. Become the glass cannon. But then again, most of the, as I said, most of the leveling sort of like pushed. And whatever reason, they don't put you into the Conqueror's Respite like they did with Sora. I'm not 100% sure why they didn't do that. It is curious that they're like, okay, well, now go find the Conqueror's Respite, which is, it's weird. Nothing like too major. I'm not like, oh, this game sucks. It makes me have to go travel around their maps. Ugh. I just think it is definitely a little odd that they're like, okay, now you're Riku. Well, Riku, now you've already killed the boss fight. Go find the exit because we don't like you, Riku. You gotta get that shit done on yourself. Or by yourself. On yourself? How do you put an exit onto oneself? Don't think I want to know. But now I think we are heading off. I think now we get introduced to a few of the newer tactics and things in the game. And I'm not a big fan of these, to say the least. But that was the 12th floor done. And we're going to the 11th.
The darkness.
Because fuck the darkness. Hashtag fuck
Come
darkness.
on, I know you heard me. Every word I said to Maleficent.
Darkness is your weapon. It is time you learned you must accept it.
What do you mean?
Stop resisting. Accept the darkness. You have no choice.
Oh
if
shit,
you are
it's
to serve
Ansem.
me again.
I thought it was you, Ansem.
Ansem.
Oh, you don't seem surprised.
Not at all. I
All
heard
you
you
have been talking
heard your
about
voice
is the
from the
darkness.
beginning.
I can only assume you want to pull me back in so you can play puppet master.
Clever boy. I knew you'd be the one to most appropriately serve me. And now, surrender to me again.
You're crazy! Not a chance!
Not sure how he did that, but
Did you
really
really
cool.
think you could do me harm? A weakling
Sora
like you
did.
couldn't even defeat Sora, and you had darkness on your side.
True. that is
Oh,
correct.
excuse me for being weak.
You are weak. You need darkness. Surrender. Bow
I
to
don't
darkness.
need
Bow
darkness.
to me.
That's not gonna happen.
Only the darkness can offer to you all of the strength that you will need.
You're wrong.
Oh shit! Look who it is.
That
Mystical
voice.
ball of light.
Your
Is it
Majesty?
Navi?
That's right.
Hey,
remember,
hey, listen.
Riku, you're not alone.
I mean, he does have a high-pitched voice, so it's the king, or at least king in a
Listen close.
light
The
form. I
light
guess.
will never give up on you. You'll always find it, even in the deepest darkness.
I got it. I won't lose to darkness. Not today.
You
I'll
think
lose
that
to it another
feeble
day.
little light can save you from the darkness that I command?
So when I found this, I was like, oh shit, we get to fight Ansem so early on in the game. That's so cool. But this is actually going to be teaching us things, and they don't tell you it's like a tutorial. You just sort of have to try and mess around with things. Like, you shall feel... So when they popped, these messages popped, I was like, okay, that's kind of odd. Give me all you've got, I'll give it right back. I was like, what's going on? They've never had boss fights to have this. So now they're trying to give you tutorials during boss fights. And I forgot which one this is. I think this is just teaching us how to break. He has a lot of 7s in his deck, and we do not, so. Yeah, we're just learning how to break cards. Just in case we, you know, didn't know how to do that to begin with. He has a lot of cards to be broken, apparently. A lot of cards. Oh, that sucks. I could have broke that card, but there we go. So that was rapid break. Quickie break the opponents. I think they were supposed to quickly break, but instead I got quickie break, which is weird phrasing. Not giving up yet. I wonder how much of this you can take. I'm just gonna go along until you give up. So this is where things get a little annoying. So this is dueling, and it's a system I'm not the biggest fan of. It took me like 12 minutes to get this shit done. One, because they changed the deck on you. But two, they give you a allotted amount of time to do the dueling. So in order to duel, you have to play the same card, and they give you about 4 seconds to play 3 cards of equal value. And if you don't, you get a hit. And if you notice how little health I have, you can pretty much tell that I've been taking quite the beating. And I can't actually do anything because I don't have potions or healing skills. So I'm like looking around in my deck to see what's going on. I'm like, I did have to skip a lot of this because, as I said, it took me so fucking long to get this done. Boom. There you go. Finally. So that is dueling. Get this. When you play the same card as an opponent, you then have to try and break all of his card, but you will need more than 8 cards to do that, and it is highly annoying to have that happen. Not a big fan of the dueling.
What?
The rapid break,
That all
not.
you got?
I mean, that was in the first
It
game.
seems
Or,
to me that you
I
are
guess for
intent on
half.
resisting the darkness.
But dueling is not fun.
All right, then see it for yourself. This is a card crafted from your memory. Advance through the world it creates, and soon you will understand. Chasing after light is not the way. It will not give you distance from the darkness. There is no running from the darkness.
Running
Don't
from
worry,
the
I'm not
devil.
running. Give it. I'll enter the world, and in the end, if I haven't given in to the darkness, then I win.
What I love though is
have
that it's
one
not
more
just
gift
one
for
world
you.
though.
What'd you do?
I simply tempered the darkness that yet remains in your heart.
You still think that I'd rely on darkness?
Yes,
To use it or not is your choice.
of course.
I'll be waiting, Riku, for you to sense it and yield to the darkness in your heart.
So this unlocks our dark powers. Now we can start putting levels into dark power. I won't spoil exactly what dark power is until it tells us. D mode. So dark mode, after getting a certain amount of breaks, we can become into dark mode, which is like his dark outfit that he had in the first game. So it's accumulated through card breaks, and if your points get lost if you get broken or receive damage. Once you get down to 0, he then returns back to normal. So this sort of happens randomly throughout a match. I wouldn't say randomly, but I mean, like, you can plot around it. Yeah, so they gave us 4 different world cards. I just love that. It's like, this one card was made from your memories. Here's 4. It's like, well, what? But yeah, so dark mode sort of is a random thing, at least when I played. You can probably, like, strategically plan out when you're going to go into dark mode, but I'm not that kind of guy. Fuck that. Smash all the buttons.
Don't I even warrant a hello? Lexius.
Luxius. I always think it's like Leaxius or something.
What is going on here, Zexion? I want an explanation.
Nice to see
Damn,
you too,
Vexen's
Vexen.
back. So this is before he dies.
It's
Good.
such a shame. The
Spoilers if you haven't seen
organization
Rechain.
used to be the rope that bound us together.
You're only number 6. How dare you?
Let it go, Vexen.
Oh shit. I guess he has a higher rank than Vexen.
Zexion, tell us. What did you detect?
Visitors. I picked up 2 scents in the castle's lowest basement.
Sense.
One of them was Maleficent.
Don't be absurd. The witch is gone. She cannot return from the realm of darkness of her own volition.
If you would let me finish. The scent belonged not to the real Maleficent, but to a very convincing double. But I
The one we
truly cannot
fought.
say much beyond that, since the double is no more. Our
See?
other visitor saw to that.
And who is it?
I do not know for sure, but the scent was very similar to that of the superior.
And yet, not exactly the same, was it? This truly piques my curiosity.
Now, what to do?
We wait. See what develops.